Hello kids, it's Gil, and I'm back. And we're gonna look through some CDs that I got and a whole bunch of other stuff, so stick around. I'm Gil. This is my channel. If you don't like it, turn it off. Hey, long time no see. It's been a while, that's for sure. What can I say? I've been really busy, and of course everybody says that. But wanting to do this, but not feeling like I have enough time, and wanting to do it right, and all that kind of stuff, and suffering from anxiety, I guess. It's gotta finally just say, just do it. Do it! And yeah, that's all you can do. Do it! But it's been a crazy couple months. I went to a wedding of my cousins, out in Kenora, Ontario. Ended up seeing Frank from Channel 33, and it was awesome visiting him. So went over there for a barbecue and that. It was awesome. It was great. It was good to see him, and he gave me a little gift here. I'll share that with you later. Earlier than that, I went hung out with Don, Doucette, and my kids. We went to a CJTR music sale. I tried to take some video, but it didn't really play well for me. I don't know. There's been so many times I was like, oh, I should have taken video of that, or I should have taken video of this, should have taken video of this, but and I've been doing the diary thing, so I think I'm just going to try to, I don't know, I'll try to post more, I'll try to take video, try to throw little snippets in here and there, and I don't know if I'll do the diary thing, because it's kind of, I don't know. It seems maybe kind of boring. Maybe I'm going to cut into it or whatever. So, hey.
I came to interrupt your show because guess what I just heard happened?
What?
You know how Disturbed was supposed to...
Disturbed was supposed to be tonight? Was that tonight?
I'm pretty sure.
Disturbed was playing tonight? Okay, what about it?
It got canceled.
The show got canceled?
Because of vocal issues.
Vocal issues? Oh, like what, he had like strep throat or something? And
I don't know.
Oh.
I'm just laughing my ass off because my friend Xander was going to, and just like, boy, they're not even that good. They only have like, what, a few songs, but it's not really like my taste.
Yeah, well.
So that's my opinions.
Hey, not everybody can like everything.
Mm-hmm.
This is the way it is.
So what are you doing? Looking at CDs?
Got any blank paper?
What?
You have a piece of blank paper?
The only blank paper is you.
Like just what? White? Or what? This is why I never get to do a video, because you guys are, I'm just trying to do a quick video so I can get this done with, and you guys keep bugging me. Is this what you're looking for?
But everybody loves me, that's
Thank you,
why.
Dad.
Alright.
Well,
Like, put tell you
anyway, I didn't want to just come in and just
You
start
know,
crawling
but
around.
I'm too
Like
lazy
your-
to make my own.
like your
I'd rather
sister?
So I
ask
just
for-
like
Like
Yeah,
your
like
sister?
bail on my dad.
Alright.
Also, my Funko pants.
Just leave Dad alone and let him do a video.
Okay, well,
Okay.
I'ma go.
Okay. Okay. See you, kiddo.
See ya.
I'm always, I don't get any time to myself, so very much. Not that I'm not complaining, I just don't get as much time to do it. So I'm trying to think of different ways I can do it. Maybe when I go for a walk or something like that, I can do these videos. I think that'd be all right. But anyways, I just wanted to share what I did get in the next little while here. We were out at a music garage sale. And Don got some stuff. I'm not sure. He found some stuff. The records there were kind of, nah. I did get. I think I got Big Country. I don't know. I think it might be upstairs, but it wasn't really that big. But before, when Don came and picked me up, he just gave me a bunch. I'll just show them right here. He gave me a bunch of just independent discs. Just a whole bunch of them. And now I will probably maybe talk more about them later on, but I've been listening to a few, and there's actually some pretty good stuff in here. This one, Chicks on Speed. This one, that's kind of cool. I like that one so far. And then there's a local Canadian artist, Royal City. I haven't listened to that one yet though, but I am pretty interested on checking it out. And there was one on here which I thought was pretty cool. I think this was the one. Book and Gase? General Dome? I'm not too sure. There's some pretty obscure stuff. And then there's this band that's kind of like they're kind of like instrumental indie jazz or whatever. Girls in airports. So that's kind of cool. But yeah, there's definitely a lot to check out. So thank you to Don for giving me that. I mean, obviously I think he bought a collection from somebody, and then these are the ones that he didn't want, and instead of pass them on, because he knows that I'm a little bit more interested in checking out some of the more weird stuff. And he also gave me this book, and it's an awesome book. It's kind of like it's the Rock My World Canada Presents Canadian Alternative and Indie Reference and Collector's Guide. And the cool thing about this book is that it's just it's a quick little reference on Canadian artists and their albums that they have. So it's if you're like looking through a CD shop or something like that, and you come across something that you're not too sure of, it's a cool little physical thing. Or if you're like checking out stuff on Spotify, this is definitely an awesome book to have. So thank you to Don for that. It's fantastic. So look, people are in here. There's a whole bunch of little stuff in here. Lung butter's not in here though. Should have put it in. Anyway, at the sale, this I'll quickly show you what I got at the sale when I was out with Don. I did find some quite a few discs. All these discs were like $2 each, so you can't go wrong with that. A Victory Party by Jeff Burner. He's a Canadian artist from Ontario. He used to be in a band called Terror of Tiny Town. We used to love seeing those guys. It was awesome. But now he's, he does solo stuff now. And this is on Mint Records. This is actually a pre-release version of the disc. So that's pretty cool. A tribute to John Lennon, Working Class Hero. Blues Travel is on here. Mad Season, Red Hot Chili Peppers, Flaming Lips, Cheap Trick, Toad the Wet Sprocket, George Clinton. Oh man, I hate these. I gotta get a... stupid phone. Hold on. There we go. Frank Black and the Catholics. If you're familiar with the Pixies, then you might like Frank Black, or Black Francis, or all the other alternative different names that he goes by. This is one of my favorite Robert Plant albums, and I only just ever had a copy of it. I never had the actual disc, so to get the actual disc of Robert Plant and Alison Krauss's Raising Sand, this is one I'd like to actually pick up on vinyl. I think it would sound fantastic on record. Maybe one of these days. White Stripes and White Blood Cells. Fantastic. For $2, can't go wrong. One of my favorite, both Volume 1 and Volume 2 are fantastic, but this is Volume 1. Billy Bragg and Wilco with Mermaid Avenue. This is Billy Bragg and Wilco getting together, doing a bunch of writing music and doing performances of songs that were originally, I want to say, Arlo Guthrie, not Arlo Guthrie. That's his son, Woody Guthrie. So that's pretty cool. Here's one that I used to have on vinyl back in the day, and my buddy Hema, I think, got it from me. But they had this there for $2. Misfits, Legacy of Brutality. I've loved this album. This is my personal favorite Misfits album. Just raw and good. Fantastic. Static Age is a big one. TV Casualty is one of my favorites on here. And the Where Eagles Dare. Yeah, it's all good. Also, Sarah McLachlan and Touch. That's the thing, it kind of sucks. It's showing the all the reflection. Maybe I should go like that. Is that better? That's my personal favorite Sarah McLachlan album. Touch and Solace. After those two, then it just kind of went downhill for me. That's how it goes, I guess. An Eels record, an album I actually didn't have. Eels, Shootin' Annie. This is a fantastic album, so got that. And then the last one that I found Foul Down Go Boom from Regina here in Sun Music. This album is fantastic. I ended up buying it and giving it to Don because I said, oh man, you gotta totally hear this album. Whether he likes it or not, I'm not too sure, but this was fantastic. They kind of had, I think the reason I like them a lot is they had a lot of, they're a local band that had a lot of XTC kind of sound influences in there, and they also would, play XTC covers when they would play live too. So, like I remember them doing "Life Begins at the Hop." It was so good. So, and then the other one, which I also gave Don, which is they had a copy of this, a band featuring instruments. And you're probably not familiar with the band featuring instruments because that's one of the projects that my buddy John and I from our Lungbutter days did, and another guy, his name was Jay, I believe it was Jay, it was a guy that John used to work with, who played drums, and it was Jesse. He played drums, and we just made noise, completely just having fun, and it's quite a mess of stuff on there. So those were all the CDs from that. And then later on, after the show, I have things I picked up and so forth later. I got the Danielson family. This one's Omega. I had a copy of Alpha, but I found a copy of this to get Omega, so now I got my Omega and Alpha. They're a Christian rock band, which is a lot of people don't really care about these guys, not because of their Christian rock, but the fact that they're kind of like experimental, and the guy's singing voice is just horrendous. My wife hates me anytime I listen to these guys, so it's great. A guy at work gave me a few discs here of Glass Tiger and Honeymoon Suite. Now, the cool thing about these Glass Tiger and Honeymoon Suite albums are that they are autographed by the artists. And I'm not too sure. I think it was someone that he knew got them for him. And he just was like, hey, Gil, you like CDs and music, right? And I said, yeah, sure I do. Well, here, would you want some autographed discs from Honeymoon Suite and Glass Tiger? I'm like, would I? Well, why not? Right? So that's kind of cool, I kind of thought. Add to my autographed album collections. We didn't know if I should maybe keep those separate. I don't know. But I thought that was pretty cool. And then another one. Now, I can't remember. I don't think, this is just one. These are just a few others that I picked up at, Valley Village, whatever. Thomas Dolby, The Flat Earth. This got that song Hyperactive. Wilco's The Album. So that's cool. And you video game geeks would probably get a kick out of this one. I found this one for $2. Dragon Force with the big hit, Through the Fire and Flames? Yeah, Through the Fire and Flames. So that's pretty cool. I was pretty excited to find that one for a couple bucks. Also, Big Audio Dynamite 2. Picked that up for $2. The Globe. This has got that. This had that song. What was it? Rush. I think was the big hit off that album. Rush for the change of atmosphere. And then last couple here I picked up was Dean Martin. classics, and I'm always I'm a sucker for these little album covers, right? Love them. I got this from a guy. So I'd like to try to find more of anything with the little album covers. I'm a sucker for those. So now I know there's those Japanese ones, which are like the awesome ones that you can get, the perfect replicas. But of course, you know, you have to either order them. I can't really find them anywhere here. So there's like that. I don't know. Oh my God, it's like I'm like lifting up my head here. This is like, ugh. Hold on. And then I went to Kenora. I went on a trip, and I got to meet Frank. It was an awesome visit, short and sweet. Unfortunately, it wasn't long enough. I mean, because of course, when we did visit him, it was like on a Monday night, and so I had a couple hours with him. And then, you know, I felt bad because I think we stayed longer than I anticipated. You know, getting late for the kids and so forth. But while I was in Winnipeg, I went by a store, and I picked up a couple albums too. I picked up, and get this, this is the thing that killed me the most, is that the prices of this were like crazy cheap. I got Tomahawk. This is their last album. I got it for, let's see if I can get the price there, $14.99. $14.99. Is that right? That's right. 14. Must have been one that was like, you know, because I think this album came out a few years ago. So I have a feeling it was probably sitting there since it came out. You know, when the record prices were around 15 and so forth dollars. Because you know, used to be able to get them for 15. Like, you know, the Beatles albums were $19.99. Now they're $39.99. Like what? But anyways. But yeah, the latest Tomahawk album, Tomahawk, Mike Patton. Those, are you familiar with Faith No More and so forth? This is one of his side projects. So to get this album for $15, stellar. And also, I picked up for a few bucks. It was like $6 or something. They had 2 copies of them, and I picked one up for me, and I picked up one up for Frank. Because I thought they were in the used section, but then after I got them, I realized they were still sealed. So I'm hoping the copy that that Frank had was new as well. But yeah, Marshall Crenshaw's first album. This is a classic 80s album. I think anyone who has 80s music should have this. This was like a staple in my when I was a kid. I never had it on vinyl. My buddy Hema had it on cassette, and I think he later got it on CD, or he had it on record, but I never actually had it on vinyl. I only had a recorded copy of this on cassette back in the day when we used to flip them and so forth. And so to get an actual copy of this on vinyl, this was a national treasure for me. So it's cynical girls on here. I'll do anything, someday, some way. What else was there? The Usual Thing. That's a fantastic song. So this album, just chock full of goodness. I love it. Love it a lot. And then the last one I picked up while I was in Winnipeg was Kevin Hearn's brand new album that came out. I think it just came out on vinyl like a day or two before I was there, so they just happened to have a copy of it. And the nice thing is that it was only $20.99 for the newest Kevin Hearn album. I mean, can't complain. Fantastic. Also has Chris Gardner, who plays bass. Hugh Marsh, the name sounds familiar. I'm not too sure who that is. I didn't get a chance to look him up or anything. But those who don't know Kevin Hearn's, he's Bare Naked Ladies, also is with Look People, also plays with Rio Statics. One of the awesomest Canadian keyboardist artists out there. World would be lost without him, in my opinion. And speaking of Kevin Hearn, I have to say a big thanks out to Frank at Channel 33, because when I went and visited him, he gave me this as a VCLT. The Superhero Suite, which is Kevin Hearn's Kevin Hearn's album. This blew my mind. This was out on Record Store Day. My record store here in Regina, they never got a copy of it. Frank so happened to get a copy of it, and he was so nice to get this or give this to me. I am speechless. This was really awesome. So this goes with my Kevin Hearn stuff perfectly, because I love Kevin Hearn. Real Statics are on here. Ron Sexsmith is on here. Colin Hay from Men at Work is on here. The Valiant Femmes are on here. It's like a 15-minute medley of them doing superhero themed songs and so forth. And also comes a little comic book, which I have in the back here. So limited edition. Only 500 of them were printed. So this is 176 out of that. So thanks to Frank again for that. And yeah, it was awesome. I'm gonna have to return the favor to you somehow. This is just fantastic. But anyway, that's all I got. Stay tuned. I'm gonna try to keep on doing some videos and being a little bit quicker on these things. And thanks for hanging out with me and looking at my stuff. Make some comments. Let's have some talkies and all that kind of good stuff. So
Watch something else.
see you later. Catch you on the flip side. See if I can. Yeah, I'm gonna have to get a camera or something. This is impossible. All right. No, book. Oh. There. All right. So, but yeah, so that was cool.